Did you know that the Predator was almost a flop? Yes, one of the most iconic monsters in the history of cinema almost didn't even get off the ground. It all started when the producers and directors got together to discuss how they would bring this creature to life. The mood was one of anticipation. After all, they were dealing with an ambitious film starring none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger. But what no one imagined was that the first designs for the monster were simply horrible. At the meeting table were the main names in the production: Joel Silver, the producer of big hits at the time, and John McTiernan, the director, who, it's worth remembering, was still only on his second film. McTiernan arrived with all the pomp, carrying the first sketches of the Predator. The designs were created by a production designer but left everyone disappointed. The concept was so futuristic that it seemed out of place. To be blunt, the monster's head was bad, very bad, and even with the technical team warning that it was impossible to achieve, the production went ahead. They wanted a creature with reptilian, legs that bent backwards, long arms, and a head that jutted out in front. All of this filmed on rugged terrain in the muddy jungles of Mexico. It was an absurd challenge, both physically and technically. One of the designers even warned, "This isn't going to work." But the production had another ace up its sleeve. They cast Jean-Claude Van Damme to wear the monster's costume. At the time, he was a martial artist who had recently returned from Belgium, full of dreams and thinking that he would finally show his talent to the world. He believed that he would fight Arnold in grand scenes. Little did he know what was in store for him. When he arrived for the first costume fittings, Van Damme was surprised to see an all-red costume, and he hated it. He thought that was the monster's real look. He said he looked like a cartoon superhero. He was disgusted. No one had explained that the red suit was only used for camouflage purposes, since the film would be shot in a green forest, and the red contrasts with the background to facilitate the application of visual effects. When they finally understood the misunderstanding, it was too late. Van Damme was even more irritated. He discovered that he wouldn't even appear in the scene. He would be invisible for half the film. In other words, no way to show off his martial arts skills, no choreography with Arnold, no stardom. Just sweat, heat, mud, and an unbearable rubber costume. He sat on a beach chair, exhausted and frustrated, with his visibly irritated eyes showing through the slits in the suit. He kept muttering, "I hate this head. I hate this. I hate everything." The result? The first Predator, with that original design, simply didn't work. The team had to rethink everything, from the look to the concept of the monster. It was a creative failure that almost ruined the project. But due to these difficulties, the production decided to seek outside help. That's when legendary artist Stan Winston came along and completely redesigned the Predator, creating the appearance we know and fear today. A realistic, menacing, and memorable alien creature. And the rest is movie history.